Don't move.
Well, I love that. This is a good dummy scene.
That's such a great dummy.
That dummy, I love it. I said, finally, we get some good old-fashioned dummies. I ain't trying to CG
Right.
or stunt man. They put a stuffed suit on the end of that rope. They just dragged it off that bridge. Still. Double Toasted live in Los Angeles is going to be Saturday, April 27th for a night of comedy games and that after party. So this is funny. So, these movies about these guys with special skills, these badass dudes, they're always something that you don't expect. Like they're always a badass kindergarten teacher or a badass plumber or something, but now we got a badass beekeeper.
It feels like a parody.
It does.
Like you watching something like a Family Guy aside or Scrubs or just something where they show up a movie parody.
My man, all he wanted to do was make honey and play with bees. That's all he wanted to do. And then somebody had to cross him. And he lost his mind. Went on a rampage. There's a story of a modest beekeeper who his only friend was an old black woman. And she was the only one that took care of him and cared for him until one day she got fished and scammed.
Yeah.
And they took her for all her money, took her for everything. And that's when he said, well, you know what? Excuse me, bees. I'll be back. I gotta come out retirement. That's what it always is like. They always gotta come out retirement. And I gotta go figure out who hurt my friend, made her kill herself. Because she lost everything. And my man just goes on a rampage. And boy, you won't believe where this goes. I might tell you if you want to know, I might not. I don't know. Depends on how this review goes.
Yeah. It is funny how he left those bees behind, but he kept all those bee puns to take with him.
He sure did, boy. She sure did, my man. He said, it's too good. Well, they're too good not to use.
I've been saving these up all these years.
He says, I'm a beekeeper. What do you want me to do? I only know bee humor.
He was cramming those bee metaphors in there so much.
I'm surprised he didn't dress like the bee guy from The Simpsons. Right. I dressed like he didn't dress like a giant bee with antennas on springs and shit and run around killing people like that.
That would have been cool.
That would have been amazing. But he didn't. Is it still fun? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for the beekeeper.
I just got a message saying that there's a problem with my computer.
Yes, ma'am, we got this.
I ain't gonna say that she deserved what she got, but she too willingly gave them that information.
Well, you know
She's
what?
like, okay.
I'll be honest, I was like, this is probably the best part of the movie because the way this is set up, that's kind of realistic about how somebody can get taken by one of those things, well, I don't really know this well, and
my daughter put this together.
My daughter put this together, and you sound like you're trustworthy, and people get scammed by that all the time.
Oh yeah, especially older people.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, this actually works. You know what? If the movie's gonna stay on this tack right here, we might have something. Okay. I shouldn't have been so quick to judge.
Shot herself. Don't move.
Well, I love that. This is a good dummy scene.
That's such a great dummy.
That dummy. I love it. I said, finally, we get some good old-fashioned dummies. I ain't trying to CG or stunt man. They put a stuffed suit on the end of that rope. They just dragged it off that bridge. Still.
Honey?
It's flammable as fuck. Who knew?
I laughed my ass off because she screamed just like that in the movie. She rolled on like she was a bad.
She sure did.
He said he threw some honey on her and set her ass on fire. So, Martin, I'm just gonna let you know right now because I don't think you feel the same way I do, but I like this, all right? And I know I shouldn't because this, for even me looking at this should be terrible, okay? And really it is because there's so many silly bad things in here.
It's ridiculous.
Of course.
And it's kind of lazy. But I get where you're coming from. I don't necessarily feel the same way, but I understand.
I like this, man, because it is so silly. It's not just bad, it's silly bad. You know, this because I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know, first of all, he's part of a secret organization called Beekeepers.
Of course.
And Jason Statham, I think his name is Andrew Clay or something like that.
That's Andrew Dice Clay.
What is Arthur Clay?
Adam Clay.
Adam Clay. There you go. His name is Adam Clay. And he's part of an organization called Beekeepers, man. He even got, like, as the movie going, you see they got their own Avengers symbol and everything there, man. And
they seem to be the John Wick Society.
oh yeah. and I don't know how the other people are in this Beekeepers organization, but he's the one that takes that shit seriously.
Right.
Like, he takes it literally, man. First of all, he reminds you every 10 minutes that he's protecting the hive.
I'm a beekeeper. I protect the hive.
Now, expect to hear that every 10 minutes.
Right. And if somebody's in your office pouring gasoline and they say, you're like, I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Hey, man, could you stop? Okay, I'm getting out of here.
He is so... He's so dedicated to this that he literally became a beekeeper when he retired.
Exactly. I mean, you got to figure he just lost his mind. And the beekeeping thing was the only thing that's in there.
Yeah.
Except they won't actually acknowledge that he's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, they do. Actually, they do. They call him a lunatic in the movie.
Yeah.
But now, and it's him and his enemies, but mainly because of him. Again, everything is about bees with him. So everything, he talks in bee humor.
Yes.
So let me read you some lines right here. Now, these are real. Okay, I'm not making this up. And by the way, these are in order as they are said in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
They're a family or a hive. I gotta face the hornets alone. You've been a busy bee. And my favorite, and of course, is in here. To be or not to be.
I was waiting for him to go. Somebody say, "Why are you doing this?" It bees that way sometimes.
I was expecting to be like, "You're killing my buzz, man." But they actually said that to be or not to be.
The movie just stopped when they did it too?
And it wasn't even him that said it. Some dude said, he says, "Shit, you're gonna kill me anyway, so I might as well put one on you." Yeah, I'll give you this one for free.
I didn't think about that.
Jesus. And it's all done with the straightest face.
That's the thing. Man. I was just like, listen, if you could shoot these action scenes where they're not so edited and chopped up, or you could throw some humor here, like make this a comedy, I could go with it. But y'all serious as a heart attack with this dumb shit.
Listen, all those lines he said with that face right there.
Yep.
He's looking at you like, what's so funny?
Yeah, no winking at the camera.
No, not at all.
I mean, James Bottle at least have a smirk.
No, not him. I'm serious with these bees, man. My bee humor and everything. In fact, don't even laugh at this. Beekeepers, they're Terminators, man.
Oh yeah.
Whatever organization that he's in, and that's why they keep it secret, because they train these people to be unstoppable. Like seriously, this is the dude that walks up to a platoon of armed soldiers and barehanded just takes out all of them. Takes out not one, not two, but about 50 SWAT teams here.
Yeah. And he's fighting armed men, but he takes their guns from them and just dismantles them and drops them on the ground.
Oh yeah,
every time.
Every time, man.
Like, you don't want to use one of those.
It gets to a certain point too where he's so badass that David Ayers, who directed this, David Ayers had to call the Suicide Squad in. You remember that? A bunch of dudes came in like comic book characters. They all dressed up in colorful clothes and shit.
I know. That guy looks like Felix when he's gonna go wrestle.
Yeah, this dude right here look like something out of an 80s cartoon show right here. You know, this. And then he just start pulling guns and James Bond equipment out his ass. Like I'm like, okay, now where'd you get this?
Right. Yeah, there's a point where he's taping stuff up. And I was like, you didn't have that with you.
Where'd you get this?
You came completely unarmed with nothing.
Doing things even. Listen, of course, I tell you, this guy's unstoppable. They set that up in the movie, but they doing things even too far-fetched for him. He does something with an agent in a truck. I can't even tell you what it is, but I was like, all right, that's bullshit. I mean, even for this movie, that's bullshit right there. Plot is insane. Like you said, it is like John Wick in more ways than one. Where you start out with this guy's trying to get simple revenge on one guy, and then the more people he kills, you realize, oh shit, this is deeper than we thought. I'm gonna tell you, this goes all the way to the White House.
I'm about to say, I saw the White House in that shit.
Yeah,
How did he get there?
Yeah, apparently, his friggin' fish and scam goes all the way up to the president and all this kind of stuff.
and they just glide into it where there's like not a real explanation. No, it's just like, look, this is what we're doing, and it's one of those action movies where everybody's actions or reactions are just so overblown.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, we got one guy. Well, we got to get an army then. Oh, wait, are you sure? Yeah, we got to have a whole army to take out this one guy. Matter of fact, we're going to need two armies. We need the FBI, we need SWAT, and we need this private army of mercenaries.
Well, that's because he's beating the shit out of everybody. It's like it escalates. Like it starts out with like a couple of security guards, and then it comes out like 2 armed security guards, and then the actual military comes in. Like SEAL Team 6 and shit like that. Yeah. And when he beats them, then they got to bring in the actual army. So he just keeps going, man.
And it ain't like he's strategizing. He's just walking into places, walking. He never runs. The only time he ran was when he had 12 machine guns firing at him, and somehow every bullet missed.
Oh yeah, that's because he ran. Yeah, he finally ran. That's why. But I liked it though. I did. I actually liked this a lot. So why do I like this? What I'm saying is so stupid. Well, that's because it is that. It's ridiculously over the top. The pacing in this is ridiculous because they waste no time losing that damn mind. They waste no time getting crazy.
That's true.
Like you think they have a nice scene of bonding between Felicia Rashad and Jason Statham. It's like, nah, man. So here's the thing. She invites him to dinner. And dinner's gonna be served in like about an hour. So between in that hour, she goes back in, gets scammed, loses her whole life fortune, man. Goes to the living room and blows her brains out. By the way, don't ask nobody for help or seeing if she can call the authorities. She just says, well, that's it.
Hey, we ain't got time for that.
We ain't got time for that shit. No. He comes over and she's already laid out in the chair. 5 minutes later, this fool he's at the call center. Beating the shit out of everybody and blowing that shit up, man. This woman lost her fortune, and 5 minutes later, he's blowing up the building. And I was like, all right, that's cool. We just jump right into it. The scammers are one-note villains, and I know this, man. I know this, and
they're all tech bros.
They're all complete tech bros, man. And the thing is with them, there's nothing deep about them. There's nothing deep about this movie. That's the thing, and the movie kind of knows that. But the scammers, they are so sleazy. There's one of those things where they're not deep characters, but you just root for them to die, man, because they are so sleazy. While they're ripping off people, they're smoking. They're just laughing the whole time. While people's accounts are being drained in front of them, they're high-fiving.
Oh yeah, everybody in the boiler room they're high-fiving and cheering on what a great job they did scamming people.
Pointing fingers like Nelson and laughing at them and shit.
Oh, fucking yeah! That is what I am talking about! Come on!
While this woman's face is on the screen, like, oh, and they're like, yeah, damn you, bitch. Yeah, man. So you can't wait for like the wrath of Statham to come in and get them, man, because they're just that bad. And it's no matter how not deep they are or whatever, it's just sad to me. They make her look so sad when she gets scared. They're like, oh, they need to die, all of them, man. Okay, so you didn't like the movie, but let me ask you this: what'd you feel about Josh Hutcherson in the movie?
I liked him a lot. I actually thought he made up for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, they didn't give him a lot in there.
Yeah.
He's good in this, man.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, I know, he's one of the sleazy tech bros as well, but the whole time watching it, I was like, I don't think much of this movie, but I like his performance here.
I was like, man, he's really good. Nothing else, y'all. If you see this at theater or if you see it on TV, look for Josh Hutcherson in this movie, man. I didn't even know he was in this, and he's great.
He just tears through.
4 people didn't get out. You're telling me that this asshole burnt the entire building down and dropped 4 bodies? Yeah, that's not exactly a disgruntled customer, is it?
Who did this? Give me a name right now.
The Beekeeper. That's
I like Josh Hutcherson the most, but I found that I liked all of the villains. The actors playing the villains, like that one he's on the phone with.
Yeah.
And then the Italian guy at the other call center. he was funny.
When my boss hears about this, you're gonna be sorry.
Yeah.
I'm calling right now. You want to get out of here while you can. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
You still here?
You're gonna be sorry. Man, I liked Josh Hutcherson and Jeremy Irons together.
And with Jeremy Irons, you're like, man, you come on, you were Batman's butler. You don't need to be doing this. But
Now he's trying to handle him.
Yeah,
a coked up tech bro.
But Jeremy Irons, I especially liked him in the beginning. I liked what his role was in all this. But then after he started getting into it, especially when him and Jason Statham talk, he comes out and makes a speech to him. And I was like, you had to know that speech wasn't going to mean shit. That was the worst speech you could have made.
You don't want to do this now, do you?
No, I just killed 31 people to not do this.
Exactly. You know what I went through to get here? Bitch, you better be glad I'm not killing you right now. Go sit your ass down, old man. No, I liked Jeremy Irons in this because, and there he is, because he's Josh Hutcherson's. He's the handler for a coked up tech bro, and he's tired of his job.
Yeah.
He even tells Josh Hutcherson's character, he's like, "Look, if he wants to kill you, you're gonna die. Okay? What do you want me to do about it?"
And like, oh, a beekeeper's coming after you. You're.
If he says you're going to die, you're dead.
You might want to start making funeral arrangements.
Who is this guy? The last pair of human eyeballs you're ever going to see. Actually, I think the movie, like I said, is silly, and I think some of the dialogue here is terrible. I think some of the dialogue. I think there's actually some dialogue that's funny too.
Some of it is, but a lot of the terrible dialogue comes from the police.
Oh,
especially Felicia Rashad's daughter. I
thought she wasn't that great in the movie, but I did like her scenes between. Her name is Emmy Raver Lampman,
right? And
her partner is played by this guy Bobby Naderi, and I thought that they were good together.
Yeah, the two of them together.
Yeah, I thought they had some fun exchanges in the film. I thought especially him. I thought he had some really good lines there. Now, here's where we really gonna disagree because you didn't like the action in this. I did.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of typical, but what really got me was, and maybe it's from seeing those scenes from Echo the other day, but it's like, man, just the quick cuts, all the editing. It's like let's let the camera hang back and do something cool with it. Because I would forgive a lot if it did that.
Yeah. See, for me, I thought the action actually didn't cut that much. I thought it's they're not doing one takes, but I thought the point was pretty much coming across. He was like really messing these people up. It's like the stunt work in it was great to me, man.
Yeah. I get what you're saying with the quick cuts.
Yeah.
I see it right there.
It's like sometimes I'll watch a movie like this, I go like, the choreography is on point, but the editing,
that's a problem.
It's taking the impact out of it.
Yeah, for me, I liked them. It's just a matter of taste, though. I don't know. I thought that's one of the things that was the saving grace.
And it's the kind of thing where, like, John Wick is just as silly, but the production and the artistry that goes into it elevates it above what it is. Yeah, and this doesn't have that.
I disagree, man. It's working for me, but then again, I mean, I see where you're saying it's cutting. It is cutting, but I liked them. I thought they were pretty good. But again,
but it is brutal. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but I do see the editing in there, and sometimes I will say this. I like the fight scenes. Now it gets silly to me when we start getting the Home Alone stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because he's just finding these things out of nowhere, man.
Exactly.
Everybody out!
Yes. See, the thing with this is that, and they show, so even when it's silly like that, they do some funny stuff. Like they didn't show you where a dude got cut in half by an elevator. And this is that kind of thing where either some people like it or they don't, because, this for me is kind of like the Equalizer 3, where he is such a badass that there are moments where it turns into a horror movie. where they enter his lair and he just starts stalking people and looking in the shadows like this and teleporting behind people and everything, man. And if you watch I just watched The Equalizer 3 on a plane. Like if you watch into that movie, that's a straight up horror movie at the end.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Denzel was in the shadows, man, popping up on people. It doesn't go that far, but it gets close. And the reason why is because, and this is what I appreciate about the movie, early on they say he's a lunatic. They say the guy's crazy. They even said he doesn't need to be doing this. And that's why they're scared of him, because they're like, well, this guy, he's in retirement, and really, he's one of those guys where they try to act like, those characters where they say, "Oh, I'm retired. I want peace and whatnot." But it's like, no, you're
itching for something.
You're insane. You want to kill people. That's all you know how to do.
But like, I thought it didn't really make sense when they call one of the other beekeepers after him, and we saw that in the clip. With the girl all punk rocked out, like she's a super villain, like she lives for it. And I was this kind of doesn't fit with everything they've set up so far.
No,
it was like she came from a different movie.
Oh yeah, no, it did seem like that. It seemed like she came from a Marvel movie. Yeah, came up in here. I thought it was I thought it was shot well though. I don't. For one of the things I can say about this is that I don't think it's cheap. I think when it has a bit more polish than a lot of these things that just get dumped straight to video. Like especially when they go into the call centers, man. Those call center scenes are so nice. It's like I almost feel bad that Jason Statham's messing them up because he throws people to all that glass in there, man. What are you gonna say? Go ahead.
Well, it's your boy David Ayers, and I'm surprised he didn't throw any cholos in there.
I know. He
didn't make it in Los Angeles or nothing.
I know. He's growing.
And this is what he's doing.
He wasn't choloed up in this, man. But hey. Maybe there's an director's cut with Jason Statham calls his boys from the hood to come over there from his vatos from what do you call it,
from the barrio.
From the barrio, yeah, his vatos of the barrio to come help him out. Come in on hydraulics and shit. I don't know, man. For a typical action flick, I think that this would be fun. But I think what sets it apart for me is, I think David Ayers, I think he has a sense of style directing this. Like I said, it looks good, the movie. It doesn't look cheap. I do think he directs it with a little bit of style. And whether it's intentional or not, a lot of this just had me laughing. I imagine a lot of it's not intentional, but
I don't think it's intentional.
But I mean, this movie is so ridiculous. I mean, I think even they know, even at this point, 'cause that's what they say. This guy's unstoppable. So this movie's almost... They're almost laughing at themselves, saying like, "Yeah, we know that this is stupid for a guy to be this badass, but who cares, man? And a beekeeper at that. Then that's another thing. I just got some good laughs with this. I don't know. I had fun. Boy, it's a dumb action flick, and I'm usually lenient on those because those sometimes are self-aware of how dumb they are. So I give this a low matinee. I had a good time with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think any of the humor was intentional, and as in allowing that, it is better shot than most things like this. It was just too stupid to live most of the time. I had fun where I could have fun, but not enough to say I had fun. It's a rental.
A rental. All right then, folks. Well, there you go.
Maybe, hey man, if you love dumb action movies.
It's dumb. There's action.
And in action, it'll do it for you.
Yeah, no, it did it for me. I don't know. I guess I like dumb action movies.
Yeah, it's just like you watch something like The Equalizer, and it's like, okay, this is improbable but not impossible. And I watch this, I go like, all right, now you crossed over the impossible.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It depends on how your threshold for stupid is. Apparently mine is pretty strong. So,
I tell you, I kind of got hung up on him first going to that first call center, and he hits and knocks out those two security guards, and then takes his time to go in there and sign in and with the garbage cans, with the gas cans, and talk to everybody. I was like, those guards would have been up by now. Yeah, they would have been in there shooting you in the back.
Yeah, they were a little chubby, man. They were there watching a movie and eating snacks.
And it's like, well, he's lucky that they never attack him all at once.
Somebody said the next cut's gonna have Mexican bees in it. All right, y'all, that is it.